Du bist hübsch, kann ich deine Nummer haben?
Nein.
Oh,
Mann.
This is absolutely disgusting. I tried to cover it up as best I could, but yes, she is literally rubbing herself, humping a dumbbell in the gym to post online for social media content. What in the world is wrong with you? And then you have the nerve to post on your story complaining about men seeing women as sexual objects, as if you're not a huge part of that problem with videos like this. And then you go and say in the comments how you clean the dumbbell, as if that makes it okay. No, absolutely not. And listen, I don't care if you clean that dumbbell. I'm not touching that even with a hazmat suit on. And if I own that gym, I'm throwing the dumbbell away, making you buy a new one, and then kicking your ass out. You need to do better. Mind your own business. What the fuck is wrong with people?
It's gross, man. It's gross. I mean, if they're posting this stuff on social media, how are we not able to find them and banish them from the gym?
If I get in the car with a nigga and we going on a date, we trying to do something, and you like, I can't find nowhere to park. You ain't no leader, bro. Why are you expressing to me that you can't find no parking spot? Get out the passenger seat, hoe ass nigga, and let me drive. I'ma back this slab in, bitch. You don't know where to. Oh, it's nowhere to park. I'm like, is there a valet? Puss ass nigga. Nigga, you don't know you can't find a parking spot? Ew. Oh my God. Oh, that's what I'm saying.
That seemed real personal.
I don't get, oh, it was. Cause, oh, I'm lost. Where's the side of your building? I'm trying to pick you up, but.
Let it out.
And you see here that she had to remind her that you're talking about a human. You're talking about a human. Do you hate men?
I know so many great single women. So many great single women. I don't know where all the dudes. I'm like, guys, come on. Come on, guys. Make the first move. Come on. But man, they just.
you know, the first move is become a great single guy.
Like,
That's a big move right there.
I know. I know. But.
Ladies, the sooner you stop asking everyone, where do the real men be at? And you start asking yourself, why am I not attracting them? The sooner you will realize you don't know how to identify a good man. Probably walk right past 2 of them today.
My New Orleans ladies, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have any, like, where are the men? And I know you're like, no, babe, that's what we're asking you. But now I'm asking you, where are they? Because I've had like 3 seemingly good men respond to my call for single men in New Orleans. I don't understand. And I see some of you men, looking at my videos and my profile and saving them. What are you waiting for? Send me a message. Stop being weird.
Ladies, unfortunately, this is not a location issue. This is something that is happening across the board everywhere. Because men today have listened to the message that you prefer the bear over a man, the message that you don't want to be approached in public, the message that good men are like a needle in a haystack. And unfortunately, that means that he is going to have to work very, very, very hard at convincing you that he's one of those good men. Unfortunately, that means that that man is going to have an immense amount of energy to put in your direction. And honestly, in today's society where he's putting in a ton of effort just to survive, just to work a job, to build up his career, to build up his finances, that means that for a lot of these good men, dating has been pushed off to the side. It's not a priority to them. So you ask where to find these good men, they're either home, working, or just trying to avoid people.
Second question. Why, your favorite question, why do women hit on men with wedding rings more than the like single men? Like, why do you think, like, why do y'all think?
Why do you, this should be a question for you. Why do you think that? Because I am mind blown by it. But we've had now multiple men through comments, through
our
messages,
through my dogs.
stuff,
we call them my dogs on Instagram, my boys.
Yeah, like they literally say, when I'm wearing my ring.
Oh, shots fired. They shooting.
Because now they look at me like I can commit and I'm a good guy, I guess, is the reasoning.
Yeah.
Which is so
I
stupid.
think that when I didn't have a ring on, when I was single, I was still getting shot at. I'm just saying. Just hypothetically saying, I'm just saying. It's period. I was getting shot at without the ring. But when I got married and the ring was on my finger, it was through the roof. And I don't know why. I feel like women need to answer that. Like, why do
I can't answer that because never in life have I hit on a married man.
Well, like the dudes say in our comments, they always say that like you said, women feel like, okay, this dude, he can commit, he can do this, he can do that,
and he can cheat on his wife.
Well, yeah, you thinking with your logical brain. Well, he can cheat on his wife, but they're not thinking about that. They're thinking about, I'm a special person, so I need to be an exception rather than the rule. That's what most modern women think. I'm the exception. So if he cheats on you, that's because you didn't measure up and you wasn't doing something right. If he cheats on you with me, I must have had something that he needed. I was giving him the energy that he needed. And I came here to see what you had going on. Because if you want him, then what does he have? Maybe I would want him too. Let me see. And then I put that thing on him and it's so special. I'm so special. I twisted and turned and backflipped, or maybe I didn't do any of that. Maybe I just moaned a little bit louder, or I put more emphasis on, talking dirty or something. I did something that's separated me from the pack. And that's my unique advantage. That's what they really think. They really think that they're more unique than somebody else.
It's not desperate or pathetic to want to find a partner or someone to love, or there is that kind of energy where it's like, look at me, I'm here on display and I'm waiting for you to claim me.
I wish we'd go back to when guys are just always walking up to you when you're out. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, if you're like at the grocery store, at the gym, they're like, hi, I just couldn't help but say you're so beautiful. Like, I'd love to take you out sometime if you're single. If they were like good looking, I'm like, can we go back to those times? But because society has more and more changed women to be like the chasers or like things like this, it's like making a lot of men be like, oh, I can just sit back. And I'm like, I hate that.
That's a misinterpretation of what's going on. It's not that men are sitting back. It's that men are being accused of Me Too when they go walk up to girls. And there's tons of shows where women are like, this guy came up and talked to me. Ooh, she said the right thing. When the guy comes, approaches me and he's attractive. Yeah. When women are complaining, men don't approach me enough. No, they don't complain that men aren't approaching them. They complain that attractive men aren't approaching them. Orion Taraban says the part women leave out. When women say, I want a man to buy me flowers and I want a man to be more vulnerable, they're not talking about a homeless, smelly man buying them flowers and being more vulnerable. They're not going to be sexually stimulated by a homeless man buying them flowers. What they want is a man they're already attracted to buy them flowers. The mechanisms that create attraction, I don't think there's anything in psychology that's more misunderstood than that. I truly don't think it is, because it makes us look bad.
Unfortunately for you, I can't help it. Y'all have said that y'all didn't want men to approach. So now I make it a point, and it's my intention to help it. You have a good day.
The first and the most obvious place where you will meet a single man is at the gym. But the only gym you are going to go to from now on is the gym that has a very elevated section for weightlifting. And that means that you're going to forget about your Pilates class because you'll never find a single man in there. You will find single men at the gym because they have more time to invest in themselves, and they invest in themselves because they want to impress the single ladies. But it's very important that you present yourself at the weight section during the hours that the single man will be there. And that's either early in the morning before they start to work, or after dinner at night, because it's also a way for them to socialize with other single men. Because men who are in relationships will be home with their partners. And now about your attitude. You're going to leave your headphones home and your phone will be in your locker. And if a guy looks at you and you think you like that guy, you're going to give him a smile. And I'm telling you this because research has shown us that when a man sees a woman smile at him, it encourages him to maybe go up and talk to her. And if nobody starts to talk to you, the best way to get attention from a man is to ask him for help. And the second hotspot where you will meet single men is on a Saturday or on a Sunday morning at the supermarket or at the grocery shop. And because he's good in food prep, he will buy his provisions on the weekend before he socializes with friends and family. And you're going to dress up, look cute, and you're going to ask any man you like to get you something from the top shelf.
So you're not married?
Nope.
Ever been?
Nope.
Want to be?
No.
Don't you want a woman of your own?
What for?
Share your name, bear your children, be a companion.
They asked me to quit drinking, quit gambling, save my money, and to bitch about our aches and pains all day? No, thanks.
Must be a lonely life.
It's a great life.
Here's some crazy research for you. So a third of men, 33%, a little over a third, of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. The same study said that by the year 2030, that 45% of women between the ages of 20 and 45 will be single. So I've got a question for the men, because I see it all the time in my comments. Most of my comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking. We like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys. Tell me why you're done. Tell me why you don't want to have a partner in life. Tell me why it's more worth it to be single than to have a partner. Even if you weren't to remarry, just to have a partner. I mean, I've talked to a lot of men. I've got my answers, but I want to hear it in the comments. So please, drop it in the comments.
Single men. Put a single man in. Put a single man in. So it's 6 of y'all. I said, well, a single lady. I said, what a single man. Right here.
For all the single men out here, send me your name and where you come from. I will go through them, and if we are close, let's have a coffee together.
Where do single men between the ages of 28 and 40 go on Saturday?
Typically, a lot of us start our Saturdays volunteering at the Children's Hospital, and then afterwards, we make our way to the Save a Puppy convention. Where do you think we are? Football season, sweetheart. We are anywhere where there are TVs, chicken wings, and alcohol, about to lay half the mortgage payment on a 17-leg parlay. You don't want to meet any of us guys right now from about September to February, because the truth is we care more about who we're starting at wide receiver as opposed to what you do for a living. And that has no reflection on you. That's just because we're all selfish. We're not the best version of ourselves right now, okay? We're all a little delusional. I look at the way I'm dressed. I'm going to the gym. 19 different pairs of spandex on. I look like Adam Sandler and Richard Simmons had a child. No reason to dress like this. I saw a guy at the gym wearing this and he was jacked and I was like, oh, that's how you get jacked. Just dumb. Don't want to get entangled with this. I'll see you in March, okay?
Let me tell you something right now. If you ladies out there are single, okay, you got to go to Milo's. There's one in Midtown and Hudson Yards. But the one in Midtown that I went to right after the Today Show for a noon fresh Greek lunch was packed to the brim with fucking finance guys. They were hot. They had money. They were drinking wine at lunch. Listen to me. I'm looking directly in a camera. If you're a single woman in New York City, you get your ass to the corner of, I believe, 51st between 7th and, no, 55th between 7th and 6th, and you go to Milo's. You sit yourself, you dress at the fucking nines, you wear a tailored suit with the titties out, and you sit at that bar, you get yourself a nice tuna burger or some of their zucchini chips that you dip in tzatziki. One of the freshest meals I've had in quite some time, thank you very much. You have a glass of white wine and you find yourself a man, okay? I'm not saying that you need a man, but if you want one, that's where to find it.
Women hold about 75% of debt in this country. I am willing as a man, and I'm sure a lot of men will be willing to do the same thing. I'm willing as a man to cancel all of women's debt in this country. Every single last penny of it. All you have to do is give up your right to vote. How about that one? Most people say women won't do it. I think they will.
Yes, I actually think they would as well. I'm totally on board for this, not just because it's logically or statistically or politically good for America, but because it's actually biblical. One family, one vote cast by the head of the household, which is the husband. And this one shift of silencing the millions of feminists, blue-haired, crazies in our country would radically improve America in just one election cycle. So yes, I'm game. Tell me where to write a check.
Well, I wonder how that would work for people who aren't married, right? Maybe some people that don't identify as a feminist, that might just be single. I wonder how that would work. What counts as household, because you would still have the women. Well, I guess, you do have women in relationships that consider themselves feminist. But if they're talking and they have to agree with the man, like, hey, who are we going to vote for and why? Well, I feel like we should vote for X, Y, and Z. And I do see that in households where you're sending out a representative, then it could be, oh, well, the man said X, Y, and Z, even though we thought about voting for President A, and he went on ahead and voted for President B against my wishes. I can see that happening. But yeah, I think I would have a question about how do we determine households, right? And I think even if a single feminist voted on her own or his own, because there are men out there that are that identify with that, even if they had that, I think what he's saying is, well, we can cut the vote down by, hey, let's get together and talk and communicate on who we're about to vote for. And hopefully you have a discussion that makes sense and it's not about feelings. We start to actually look at the facts, and it might actually mobilize people to be better at voting because, you know, we've actually looked and researched stuff.
Somebody asked me recently why I've been single for so long, and it's because I haven't met a man who can sell me a dream better than the one I'm living right now.
What? Who knew that saying I would require a non-refundable deposit to take me on a date in 2026 would send so many broke men into a spiral?
I gotta stop. I was in the hospital trying to narrow down who my baby daddy could be.
You laughing at that?
It's so chef's kiss. Cause like somehow we're so different, but yet we just go together real bad.
Put a finger down if you went 30 years without being somebody's baby mama, but then you met this dude at the studio who said he was single, ready for a relationship. You told him you was much older than him and you're not really into games. And he said he not either. He been through a whole lot. So you give him a chance. Y'all do what y'all do when y'all do. And then he get you pregnant on purpose 4 months later, only for him to say he don't know if he ready for kids. And he don't even know if he can have kids because the doctor told him since he got shot in his balls, he can't have kids. And so he ghosts you your whole pregnancy. You don't talk to him, you don't see him, but sometime in your pregnancy, months later, you talk to his mom because you found her on Instagram.
To avoid dealing with toxic women, I'm gonna need you to look past the fat ass and a pretty face, and I'm gonna need you to ask questions. Ask her about her upbringing. Ask her, was she raised in a 2-parent household? Because that matters. Women that has not been raised in a 2-parent household tend to have daddy issues. And when you have daddy issues, they tend to look for love in all the wrong places. And that right there is a problem. You wonder why she's masculine. You wonder why she's toxic. You wonder why she's this, that. That's the issue right there. Your dad is your first love. And if your dad is your first love, you're not going to be out there busting it open for just any nigga for a couple dollars. You're not about to be just doing anything for a Chanel bag. You're not about to have those issues. You're not about to. She gonna learn how to do certain shit. She gonna learn how to be a wife. She gonna know this because her upbringing. She know what it's like to be loved properly. She knows what healthy love looks like. Wouldn't you want that?
If men went months without sleeping or eating, we'd call it a medical emergency. But when men go months without sex, everyone just shrugs and says, that's just life, isn't it? Well, long-term lack of intimacy quietly changes a man's hormones, his nervous system, his mood, the way he loves, even his lifespan. And most men don't realize it, and most women have never been actually told what actually happens inside a man's body when intimacy disappears completely. Men with long gaps show lower morning testosterone, more irritability, and less drive for everything. And your body feels it. When testosterone drops, so does motivation, optimism, confidence, energy, and initiative. So when men say they feel more grounded or centered or like myself again or connected after consistent sex, that's not manipulation. That's endocrinology. Let's talk about cortisol, the stress hormone that rises when touch disappears. See, cortisol rises when you're stressed, when you're lonely or touch deprived. That oxytocin, the bonding increases. Cortisol drops, that stress hormone drops. But when intimacy disappears, testosterone drops, cortisol or the stress hormone rises, motivation decreases, irritability increases, and those bonding circuits weaken. He becomes distant. This sets the stage for one of the most painful cycles men face: the silent spiral of sexual drought. Next is the confidence crash. So confidence crash leads to the emotional withdrawal. And when a man feels unwanted, he protects himself. He becomes quieter. He stops initiating. He pulls back emotionally, stops offering affection, disconnects. He's not showing up like he used to, not because he doesn't necessarily care, but because he's trying to shield himself from more rejection. And then that less communication leads to even less intimacy. It becomes a vicious cycle. And now the cycle feeds himself. He feels undesired, so he withdraws. He withdraws, then she feels or he feels disconnected. The partner feels disconnected. And then everyone feels disconnected, so everybody's pulling away.
They don't need to be told. They don't care. That's the biggest thing. They don't care about it. They don't care about what a man got going on.
How about we stop normalizing telling younger boys and girls in this generation that you would rather go get your head bashed into a pillow and get banged so hard than to get married young? I think it's gross, and I'm pissed for myself, for my 16-year-old self, my 17-year-old self, my 18-year-old self, my 19-year-old self. I am so pissed that I had so many women online or on social media or people in my life that I listened to. They so far misled me and guided me to make the worst decisions of my life. And I just wish that there was more people who said, hey, that's actually not normal. You actually shouldn't be dressing like that when you're young. Because think about all the men who are going to be looking at you and doing awful things to you just because you're 16 and they see your butt and your boobs hanging out. You know, losing your virginity. That's something that you cannot take back. Every single person you sleep with, you cannot take it back. And you are unlocking an amount of people in this world who have had access to you when they did not do anything to deserve it. Didn't even probably give you a compliment, and you went home and you did that. It's gross. And I devalued myself so hard in so many different aspects. And I didn't respect myself because I thought that that was normal. And I thought that I was just having fun and living the best life. And did I have fun? Absolutely. But was it worth it? Absolutely not. And the more I grow up, it's like, well, you want this good man in your life and you want a guy to, you know, take care of you and provide for you. Well, what are you doing to earn that? You're not doing anything. And it's not empowering to tell other women to go slut themselves out. It's not. It's actually anti-woman. You're not respecting yourself. And I wish there was better role models in today's society. And I am a victim to it through and through. I grew up on social media, and I think that we need to be better with what we're telling young women and men. This goes for both ways.
Diapers. But you think this is wifey material?
Are you saying that I'm not?
Are you?
Are you saying that I'm not?
What's up? Hey, do you think she's wifey material by showing her boobs out?
Who? Wifey material by showing her boobs? I mean, she's pretty fine. You know, I don't know about wifey material by showing her boobs.
Wifey material doesn't define what you're wearing. It's the type of person that you are.
Nah, true shit. Okay, I agree. But let's say if I was your boyfriend, I wouldn't like you to be wearing this shit.
But you're not giving. You're not. She's my girlfriend.
No, I'm not. That's why I don't give a fuck.
And I want my girlfriend to wear this. I think my girlfriend looks hot. I want my girl to go like that.
But answer this. I agree. What is a guy gonna think when he sees this?
She a little.
I want my girl to go out and everybody be like, oh, she's hot.
She's thinking as a guy.
Excuse me? So you're calling me a
That's the way guys think.
So yes or no, are you calling me
I am.
Wow.
That's the way guys think.
The fuck? My girlfriend.
Yeah, they don't know the way guys think.
So basically you're small.
So what if I'm small?
Do you have anything physically wrong with you? While I'm doing all of that, what I would like you to do is stand with your left foot at the very beginning of the line. Your first step will be number 1.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right. 2001.
Make sure you're looking at your foot.
1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 2011, 2018, 2019.
All right, you can stop. Go ahead and put your foot down. Put your arms behind your back. DUI.
What?
Driving under the influence. Sure.
There's people in the car that can literally take my car where it needs to go, to have them impound my car.
We have to by our policy.
But there's people here.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
And there's no.
Have a seat. You don't want to listen to me.
I'm a little bit confused on that one. It looked like she wasn't having too much trouble. I'm a little bit confused, to be honest.
Black man, please tell me all because of a fat ass, this is not what y'all out here dealing with.
doing?
You was in her fucking DM?
No, baby,
Yes,
stop.
the fuck you was.
Boom. Why are you playing?
You was in her fucking DM.
Hey, stop touching me, bro. Let me see what you talking about. You tripping. You over here texting. Babe, stop hitting on me. What's wrong with you?
You like that? You want your shit for what?
Please get off
What
of
the
me.
fuck you want your shit for?
Hey, move.
What the fuck you want your shit for? Cause you want to keep texting a bitch? What?
Move. I ain't gonna fuck with you.
And this is my wifely opinion. The reason why most women give up on relationships with their man and divorce their husbands is because they don't know how to control their emotions. Every little argument, every little disagreement, if anything is not going their way, they just don't know how to handle that. They make every situation about them and they're super selfish. They believe that their feelings are the only ones that matter, but their man's feelings doesn't. And why? Because they just don't even care about you like that. The only other feelings that they actually care about are their kids' feelings. So my wifely suggestion is that make sure you find a woman who knows how to put her relationship first. And if she can't do that, she is not the one for you.
Men are not used to haircuts getting paid for. Random Apple Pay and wire transfers. They're not used to that. But when you're dealing with a boss, a woman that get money, you get spoiled. You get taken care of. When you around me, you gonna put that wallet up. You can call me a sugar mama. You can call me whatever you want to call me. You my man. I'm taking care of you. There's no way around it. And that's something I don't feel like men are used to.
From your vantage point, why aren't men chasing and approaching women to the same degree?
Well, it's their behavior. It's the behavior, the attitude, the entitlements, the expectations, all of the, the expectations that they have from men these days for relationships is ridiculous, in my opinion. What you expect from a man, the approach. Men are probably one of the reasons they're probably scared to approach because of the attitudes that how they might. Nobody wants to be. It's one thing, in my opinion, to be what's the word I'm looking for? Rejected, but it's how. And a lot of these women are just entitled. They think that they're better than average men. And so if a man, an average man see a woman that he thinks is attractive, he doesn't know what he's going to be met with. She could be like, ew, get away from me. Oh my God. Why are you they think that they're too cool for school. Like you can't approach them. If you do, it's like, if they don't like you, it's like, they treat you like you're something ill, something nasty. Like, so if I was a man, I wouldn't approach either. The entitlements, the things that they're asking for, you got to make 6 figures. You got to pay their rent just to take them on a date. Like, who in the hell is doing that?
All my 20s, I dated men where I was the moneymaker. I made all the fucking money. I did all of it. I wanted to have babies. I wanted to start a marriage. It wasn't until all these abusive relationships that now I am where I am now, and now I want to have fun.
Can I ask you a question? Obviously, whatever abuse happened to you, you didn't deserve, and that shouldn't have happened. Could you possibly see a pattern how you've gotten into multiple abusive relationships and how it may have been something that, like an attraction wiring in your mind that was wrong?
Of course.
You would take accountability for the fact that you would pick men who were abusive.
Of course.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Most men aren't abusive. Do you understand that I could find right now? Do you understand that most men aren't abusive?
They both are, girls and men.
Do you understand that most men aren't abusive? Most men do not hit women. Most men do not verbally abuse women. No, they don't.
No,
They don't. Okay, go. I thought you were shaking your head no, I think they do.
I'm not agreeing with you, but I'm listening to you.
Right. If the top 10% of wage earners in this country make $134,000 a year, and none of you would ever dream of dating a guy who only made $134,000 a year, and that puts you in the top 10%. And now you're saying, well, I want a guy who's 6 feet tall and makes $100,000 a year. That's 2.2% of men.
If women aren't picking you, maybe you're just in a market where your type is not being bought. Hear me out. If you're super smart, you should not be in a state where men value blue collar and if you're capable with your hands. Okay, you should be in San Francisco. If your primary appeal is that you're hot, strong, and you got abs, you should not be in San Francisco. Your value will not be seen here. You should be in Austin or LA. My point is, you need to go where your attributes, your interests are maximized and valued, okay? Example, I'm a 5'4" Asian girl. If I had stayed in Arkansas, it would be disrespectful to myself. Market value was not as high there as it is in San Francisco, okay? That's just the reality of the world. It's called life maxing. You go where you can life max the hardest and yield the highest ROI, the highest results, okay? My name is Domo. I tell you like it is. Schedule 101 in bio if you want some cold hard truths that'll get you a better life. Smaller scale version of this would be like if you're really good at chess, hang out at a lot of chess events. An extremely good sailor, do a lot of sailing events. Go where you're good at things, where people can admire you a bit.
Well, Passport Bros, it looks like y'all got one on your team. She's saying go where you want it. Passport Bros say, we already have.
The benefit of being a provider means that I get the pick of whoever I want to choose to be with. If I'm that dude, I can choose to be with either a woman with no kids or a woman who does. Because you remember, I'm a man, I love peace before I love a woman. I'll choose the woman who brings more peace. Her 5 kids with the extra baby daddies, with the extra baby daddies who are going to get upset if I whoop their kids. Now I got to whoop them kids. I got to whoop the daddy too. I'm going to get a woman who ain't got none of that baggage. If I can, as the benefit of being a provider, I won't choose the woman with the kids if I don't have to, which I don't.
Why are young women attracted to older men? It goes deeper than you think. It is not because they're broken gold diggers or being manipulative. It is because older men activate something that younger men haven't developed yet. Young women bring youth, beauty, curiosity, softness. Older men bring experience, confidence, emotional control, and safety. That pairing has worked for thousands of years because of what? Biology and polarity. A young woman is wired to seek a man who can guide her and protect her and elevate her, not control her, but teach her. Older men teach. They teach emotional maturity. They teach communication. They teach discipline and long-term thinking. They can show her calm leadership and what masculine reassurance actually feels like. She grows up faster beside an older man than with somebody who is still becoming himself. And what does he get in return? She brings him back to life. Her softness, her energy wakes up parts of him that he forgot. Her femininity sharpens his masculinity. This isn't a transaction. It is pure polarity and human nature. Younger men are still figuring themselves out, building themselves up emotionally, financially, mentally. They're unsure, inconsistent, and that is normal for their age. Women don't fall for potential. They fall for certainty. Older men know who the hell they are. They know what they want. They know how to show up. They offer so much direction and protection and stability. That's why young women choose older men. They feel safe enough to be feminine, open, and soft again. It is not creepy. It's not new. It's the oldest pairing in human history. Those who despise it most are usually the ones with nothing of value to offer to either side.
The difference between a man being a full-time dad and a mom being a full-time dad, the mother always wants to prove that she can get it by herself, and she tries to make the man miserable once he moves on and finds somebody else. When a man is a full-time father, he tries to find ways and hustles to elevate the kid's life so the kids don't have to feel like they're not loved by anybody. You females want your kids to feel like they don't have a dad. Y'all talk bad about the dad. Y'all do everything but try to fucking feed your kids, feed life into your kids the way the fathers do. That's why some of y'all shouldn't be parents. Some of y'all just shitty parents because y'all worry about the wrong things. Why don't you get up and hustle? Why are you worrying about what he's not doing for your kids? And why don't you worry about what you should be doing for your kids? Whatever he's lacking in, you're supposed to be pulling. Whether you want to or not, whether it's right or it's wrong, you're a parent too. And you're never supposed to let your kids feel what the fuck you're feeling. They're never supposed to cry when you cry. They're never supposed to know what the hell you're going through. And that's the problem with you parents. So no, I'm not going to make bitter bitch content. And no, if you don't got to hustle in you, no, I'm not going to make content for you. My content is always going to be for the real ones who get the fuck up and get it. Learn to hustle, shorty. Tell your nut.
These are the same black women that will get on here and say, I'm so educated. You're so educated, but you don't know how to learn? How the hell does that work? Black women are the most educated, but they say something as stupid and illogical as this.
If you don't even know your own hair texture, how you gonna know wig hair texture?
We're so educated, you guys. What are we talking about? The most educated? It's not that we're the most educated. We're the most scammed by the education system. That's what it really is. If you guys want to really clock that T, as they say, it's not that we're the most educated, we're the most scammed. Getting out here with these bum ass degrees, they ain't gonna really do much for us. Clocking my own T here, okay? Even though I did use my degree, maybe not how it was intended, but still, clocking my own T a little bit. We're the most scammed, not the most educated. Stop with that bullshit. Because if we were the most educated, it looks like they're on a college campus. It looks like they're on a college campus. So she's one of those educated broads.
If you don't even know your own hair texture, how you gonna know wig hair texture?
If you don't even know your own hair texture, how you gonna know wig texture? And this is coming from somebody that's so-called educated. All that education and you don't know how to look things up. All that education and you don't know how to research. You don't know how to trial and error your way into a solution, but you're so educated.
Why would I care about a texture of a wig? I don't want you to wear a wig. I want to see your real hair, like your actual hair. I mean, you might wear a wig on occasion, or like, you know, some sort of weave or something like that on occasion. Like if you want a certain hairstyle, say for instance, y'all go on vacation or something like that, and you want some like a little razzle dazzle, and you don't have the hair for the razzle dazzle. I personally would say just use what you got. But you know, some women want a little bit more, and so they do a little bit more. Okay, it's a special occasion, right? All right. But y'all be trying to do too much on a daily basis.
Baby, let me tell you something. If it is not doctor's orders, or if your woman does not have a medical condition, then you shouldn't have to ask her for no pussy. Understand what I'm saying? The pussy should be handed to you on a silver platter. What's the problem? And this be my thing too. If you done stayed with a man after he done did whatever he done did, you're still supposed to give him the pussy. You see what I'm saying? Because why are you holding him hostage if you ain't even about to give him that anymore? You see what I'm saying? It's like you don't want somebody else to have him. And why you still just talking about you're tired and not today and you always want some. Why you basically telling that man no. What you're doing is leaving the opportunity open for him to say yes to someone else. See, a lot of women feel like when they don't get their man some, their man's still supposed to be faithful. For what? For what? Now you are limiting him on access to you. You see what I'm saying? Now you want him to suffer. For what? That's some selfish ass shit. You heard it here first. Yeah.
Let's talk about how men have adapted to the changes that have come in the dating landscape with women. So in the last 60 or 70 years, since we've had feminism come onto the scene and we've had the sexual revolution, one of the things that women often say is how evolved they have become and how free they are and empowered they are and all of the things that they can do and own and be and have. But what's happened with men? A lot of women criticize the fact that men are not welcoming to all of this evolution, but in fact, they have adapted and women don't like it. It's interesting that women want to evolve into these totally new creatures, but they want to see men stay the same. They want to keep men in the protector and provider box. But women get to be in all of the boxes. So ladies, here is a harsh reality. Men are adapting to the changes that they see in modern day women. And a lot of them are just opting out. A lot of them are making the decision that, you know, they don't want to show up as a traditional man to a new age modern woman because that just doesn't benefit them the same. It doesn't hit the same. So you need to understand that men are going to evolve too. They are going to become less masculine. They're going to become more egalitarian. And a lot of you and your true nature is not going to like it.
That's going to be taking my money, the time away from the kids, breaking the kids.
So you'd rather stay married and just be unhappy? That's okay.
I'd rather you just try to figure it out. Try to talk to me about it. You didn't have to go cheat. I don't even know how many times you did it. I don't even want to know because it's going to break my heart more than it already has.
Do you want a divorce now?
Stop begging people to be with you. It's obvious that she has no desire to be with you.
I don't know, Danny.
You really want to stay with someone that's cheating on you?
I just wish you would love me.
Well, we've been miserable.
We go on dates all the time and you don't act miserable.
You can't make somebody love you. You have to love yourself. Of course she wasn't miserable on dates with you because she was getting free shit and everything else. She's only there because you're convenient to her. You provide for her and everything. but she don't want you. So you have to move on and keep it moving, because baby, don't allow her ass to block what's good for you. Because there's something out there that's good and better waiting for you. But you got to get that shit out your way. Stop trying to hold on to people that do not want to be held on to. Am I tripping?
Define soft life.
Soft life is ease. A nice, easy life, like everything's being taken care of. If I want to work, I can, but I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Like it's being presented to me to receive.
When I hear women talk about soft life, I oftentimes get disgusted because it just seems like they don't want, you don't want to be a teammate. You don't want to be a partner. You want to be a companion. Like, you know what I'm saying? A companion, like you just here to kick it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I done did everything. So I done took all the risks. I done made all the investment, and you want to eat. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if we were, because you have business, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like if you would let me partner in your business where you pay for everything, you take all the risk, and then I'm like, yeah, but when you hit though, it's ours. It's ours.
And you live
I
your
think
soft
you would look
life.
at me crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just that proposition, like that proposal to me be like, yeah, I want a soft life.
Yeah,
Like, I don't understand why any man would look at that and be like, cool.
Well, I've
Like, I get that.
experienced,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then how you making my life soft? Or am I supposed to have the hard life so you can have the soft life?
Understand. I just don't understand what y'all expect to be doing. I mean, for modern women over and over again, they sit up and tell you this stuff with a straight face. Like, what in the world do you think that you're supposed to be doing in a relationship?
There is not a single man that actually wants marriage. Yes, I'm making a generalization. No, I don't give a fuck if it hurts your feelings.
No, generalizations don't hurt most people's feelings. However, it does say a lot about the person that makes them.
Without the idea of marriage, men have no value. They have zero value.
Well, isn't that just precious? Trying to equate a person's, or rather, a man's actual value in the world as a human being to how marriageable they are. Just imagine if a man said that about a woman. It would be absolutely pandemonium. But if a woman is being sexist towards all men, then it's perfectly acceptable, and a lot of women will even applaud her for it.
If we got rid of marriage tomorrow, no one would be thinking about men.
I find that highly unlikely, notwithstanding the fact that a lot of women wouldn't have any content at all if they weren't complaining about men constantly. But the world's infrastructure rather does rely on them.
No one would be thinking about them because that is the only thing that they would be able to have for women's interest to be piqued, for women to decide that they want to deal with them.
I find that highly unlikely. In fact, I would actually like to issue a challenge to some of those women out there that say they don't need men and dislike all of them. Try going a week without mentioning men. I bet you can't do it.
This is why men do not trust women now. So this is Sarah Stock, a renowned right-wing political commentator, supposed trad wife, devout Catholic, basically everything that a man would want. She had everyone believe she was a virgin, made her partner wait till marriage, and her wedding was even blessed by the Pope. Turns out she wasn't a virgin, was having an affair up until her engagement, and lied to her husband the whole time. She made her husband wait till they were married to have sex. This is your supposed right-wing, trad, cutesy influencer girl. It's a lie. Do you know how evil it is to lie on this sort of scale, grow your following from basically being a fraud, and deceive your husband like this? These women make me feel physically sick. I'm fed up of these women that lie, deceive and manipulate, because there are a lot of them in the Western world. I jest about the kitchen is calling, but maybe if you were in there, instead of yapping online about how godly you are, you wouldn't be in this predicament. It's a classic case of those who protest too much.
If I can't talk a lot, and I'm not supposed to talk a lot because now her attraction starts to go down, what should I talk about? Okay? What you talk about, okay, in real life with women is the present environment only that is around you. This is completely opposite to what most guys do. What most guys do is they future pace added plans and they future pace more dates. What do I mean by future pace more dates? You're only 3 dates in with a woman and you're already saying, hey, I'd love to take you to this restaurant next week. Oh, there's this great restaurant. I'd love to show it to you. Things you would like to experience in life with her. You're future pacing added plans. You cannot do this. You ruin the love experience for the woman. The love experience for the woman is, does he like me? Does he not like me? I wonder if he likes me. Today he seems like he likes me. I wonder if he likes me. I really want to see him today. Now we didn't talk very much. Now we did talk a lot. Now I want to see him. I wonder what he's up to. That's the love experience for a woman. The more she feels that, the more her emotions work in your favor.
A woman should already be walking in her feminine energy before a man even comes into the picture. Otherwise, I don't see how she will even attract him to the point where he will want to build something with her. A man has to see those feminine traits in you before he could want to build with you.
Like the misogynists are going to eat me up for saying this, but I feel like one of the most empowering things a woman can do is be a single mother. Aside from being child-free and never marrying, and the woman who lives a life of leisure while she's married and still remains child-free, I feel like third place definitely goes to single moms, but society loves to bash women with kids so much that y'all don't want to admit it. There is nothing like a one-and-done mom or a woman with 2 kids tops who has her own financial income, her own financial freedom, and she's thriving in life still with her autonomy. There's nothing like it. I don't care what y'all say.
Even though studies suggested children raised without their father are 3 times less likely to graduate high school, 3 times less likely to be in a healthy relationship of their own, 3 to 5 times more likely to end up in jail or prison back and forth. That suggests that a donor is prevalent to having a father around. But let's go a step further. Translation to this entire video: I got caught up with children inside of a whore phase. And the only way to make up for it is to say that I'm okay with it. To say it's what I prefer. Since I can't undo it, now the only thing that I can do to save face is live the life of a and project onto people that I did it on purpose. Back to the streets with you.
I mean, where is this coming from? Why do y'all keep on saying stupid stuff like this? Why? Why? The most empowering thing. No, it's not. How about the most, when is it ever going to go back to the most empowering thing that we can do in this society today is the right thing. That's the right thing. Just do the right thing.
This is all behind a bunch of down low, disgusting, despicable men who don't want to just go live in their truth and be the down low, attracted to.
First things first, she is really fighting to get those words out there, which tells me that the gears must not be turning that quickly up here, but moving on. Ladies, you have to stop calling men gay just because they don't like you and they don't treat you correctly. You think that just because a man doesn't treat you correctly, that all of a sudden he must be gay because he treats his friends better than me. A lot of the ladies treat your friends better than you treat that man that you're sleeping with. So we could say the same thing for both sides, but either way, this was very homophobic and rude, because not you calling it despicable, disgusting to possibly be attracted to the same sex. Hello? And on top of that, putting in quotations, men, as if the possibility of them being gay makes them no longer men. I'm going to need some of you ladies to start living in your truth and stop making male-centered content and instead just go date women. Because obviously you can't stand men, and it sounds like they can't stand you too, babe.
I recently posted a thread that said, 10 years from now, there's going to be a truckload of people who wish they didn't let social media dictate the terms of their love life. I cannot tell you how prevalent this has become. I cannot tell you how many potentially loving relationships social media hot takes have ruined. I think that it is incredibly, excessively, abundantly unhealthy to form your impressions about life and love through the lens of somebody that, quite frankly, you don't know. How many couples have you seen on social media that look like they had it all, that just looked the picture of happiness, and then come to find out it was everything but? And there are so many people who, because we form these parasocial relationships, meaning I don't know you, but I feel like I know you. It's the reason why when certain celebrities pass away or they die tragically, we're just like gripped in our hearts because we felt like we knew them through their music or through their art or through their sport. And so we form these parasocial relationships with people on social media. And then we feel like we can trust them and that they have credibility. They are doing things that we feel should work. And well, it's working for them, so it must work for me. No. Now, don't get me wrong. There is certainly a baseline of behavior. There's certainly a baseline of affect, intention, effort, communication, of moral grounding that makes any relationship a healthy relationship. So, you know, honesty, kindness, communication, compassion, and what have you. But there are a lot of people who are on social media talking about their personal experiences and what they learned from that experience. And while those lessons might be helpful or insightful, it doesn't mean that they are applicable to your particular life. There's so much rhetoric that pushes these really unhealthy, transactional, surface level, psychologically demoralizing practices that are really leaving a lot of people who want to be partnered unpartnered. And so as you are forming your impressions about love and connection and relationship, I think it is healthier to form those impressions from experience or from vetted experts, you know, people who have done research, you know, people like John Gottman, rather than people who are giving hot takes on social media, on the internet.
An asshole for being truthful and admitting that I find my wife unattractive after her surgery. Ooh.
Yes, you're an asshole.
Okay.
I don't even need to hear the story. Okay, go ahead.
We're done.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and scan see if she got a ring, because she gonna start off the day talking stupid. Okay, don't look like she got one right there. No, she don't. No, she don't got one. No, she don't got one. I don't see one. I don't see a ring. I mean, these modern women, look at the look on her face. Look, I'm going to go ahead and say you wrong for it. Of course, nothing, no ring on her finger. No, obviously, you know, some people don't wear rings, but, you know, you probably say that she's not married. She's not married is what it is. I mean, look, I mean, you just got to stop listening to these modern women, man. That's really what it is.
And the story. I don't even need to hear the story. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
So my wife had plastic surgery recently. We had discussed it and I was against it. It was not my decision and ultimately I had no say. She looks weird now. She had the fat sucked out of her face, lip fillers, a neck lift, and other stuff I don't really get. She gives me uncanny valley vibes now. It freaks me out. She is fully healed now and wants us to go back to normal, like me initiating sex. I have done so, but not as much as I used to. And when I do try, I make sure there's very little light. What the? Okay. It's been a few months and I kind of dread having to look at her. Obviously, she has noticed. She has been bugging me to tell her what's up. I've tried telling her I'm tired from work or that I'm run down. Really anything except the truth. She broke down and asked me if I was having an affair. I said that I wasn't. She asked to look at my phone. I unlocked it for her and handed it over. I wasn't worried about her finding anything because there's nothing to find. She spent an hour looking through it and found nothing. She asked me to explain why I changed. I tried to explain that I wasn't that interested right now. Nothing I said was good enough for her. She kept digging. I finally told the truth. I wasn't harsh or brutally honest. I just told her that her new face wasn't something I found attractive and that I was turned off. She asked if that's why I turned off all the lights now. I said yes. She started crying.
Okay, his hole is getting deeper and deeper. I was like, oh my God.
There's more. Wait.
I said,
I'm not attracted to you. Yeah, turn off the lights because you're ugly. Okay, that's all I heard. But okay, keep going. So she started crying and said that she needed time alone. She went to stay with her sister. I've been called every name in the book since this happened. The sister said that I'm a piece of shit for insulting my wife's looks. Her friends think I'm the asshole. I try not to say anything. I can't force myself to find her attractive. They'll love her, but her face is just weird now. She looks like the alien from The Fifth Element.